of you have voted that you wanted a replay mod tutorial, and here is the video for you. If you are getting this on Fabric, make sure to download Fabric API as a mod as well, replay mod as a mod, and the optional mod if you want to get shaders on your replays, either Fabric and Optifine together, or Sodium and Iris together, because those will help. And if you want this to be on Forage, just basically download replay mod for Forage as well as Optifine, and those will help you get shaders if you want shaders on your replays. Now, once you load up into your world, you'll see that in your menu that you have a little start recording button right here. And basically, once you start your build, you want to press that recording button. So for example, once you have like an idea of what you want to build, make sure you hit that start recording button and record through your whole build what you have built, and I'll come back once I finish with this. And just like that, my build is pretty much complete. So once you complete your build, basically all you have to do is just stop the recording, and then you can exit your game from that point, and it will have like a save thing, and just wait for it to load, and then you just click done, and it should be saved right here in your replays. So just like that, it shows up. So what we want to do next is load it up, obviously. So we're gonna go into our replay here of our little tiny house we made. So in order to set up like the points in which you want to put your like cinematic cameras at, so basically where your body is aiming is where like it will show the build. So like for example, here is where it will show in a time lapse, and if we want to start it here, we put a time keyframe, and then it's just where the first position of the camera will be, and we mark it by using this, and this will be like the camera position basically throughout the build. And then what I do after that is I usually like to speed it up as fast as I can, because obviously otherwise it's gonna take a long time, so I put it like 8 times speed, and then I usually just wait a little bit, and then I want to position where I want to put the camera next. So let's say I want to position and put it here next. And let's wait for the details on the bottom of the build to be done. And as you can see, just like that, we pause it, and then we put the second camera position in. And as you can see, like the camera is now here aiming at the build. And now we want to put our next position here. So let's quickly do that. Let's wait for some of the build to be done. And now the walls are going to be added in. And then we want to put our next keyframe, key position here. And then our next one is going to be here, just right after that. Kind of just, you don't have to do it as quickly as I do it. You can like always like slow it down and take your time. But since I'm used to it, I just kind of go with the flow sometimes. And then when it gets towards the end, that's usually when you want to start like slowing it down a little bit, or like pausing it more, because then it's gonna like, you know. Anyways, once you finish your replay, so we're gonna pause it right at the end, or else it's gonna replay the replay again. So we're gonna put another keyframe here, and then we mark another keyframe at the end of our replay to signify that the replay is done, basically. The next part is where it gets a little bit tricky for some people, because you actually, in order to render your replays, you need to install a file called fmpeg.exe, and basically if you don't have this, you can install it. Replay mod will tell you to install it, and basically you just put it in your .minecraft folder, and once you have that, you are basically good to like render your replay, and it will work. Now, you might be wondering, how do I add shaders to this? Well, it's actually really simple. If you want to render it with shaders, all you have to do is go in game and just kind of pick the shaders you want. Let's go cilders, for example. Okay, so as you can see, the shaders are loaded up, and all you have to do is, once it's loaded up, you just render it with the shaders, and it will render it the whole time lapse of the shaders. You don't have to do the shaders during the process of your replay, because it's not necessary. I just do it after every single time, so I just don't lag while I do my things. But just like that, you can see like it's all like complete, and then all you have to do is render it, and it'll be put in like a folder on your .minecraft, and that's where you can find like the replay videos, and you can like choose to speed them up in an editor or something like that if it's too slow for you. But yeah, it's basically all for replay mod.